the pyramids, Stonehenge, Easter Island, the Nazca Lines, stories in the Bible, pharaohs, many ancient artifacts and structures. How did they get here? Most people would say, we built them. But did we really? How could we when we didn't have the technology? How did we go from being cavemen to engineering these complex structures for our time? There is one easy solution, and that explains all of this. Aliens. The ancient astronaut theory bases the human origin and many of the humans' accomplishments on aliens that visited cavemen and gave them the technology to be able to build such things. According to AliensWereHere.com, the Nazca Lines located in South America, etched into a plateau in Peru's Nazca Desert, a series of ancient designs stretching more than 50 miles have baffled archaeologists for decades. Along with simple lines and geometric shapes, the Nazca Lines include drawings of animals, birds, and humans, some measuring more than 600 feet across. Some of these are in the shape of crossing lines. Many believe that these are supposed to symbolize landing strips that aliens have landed at once upon a time. Giorgio Tsoukalos is the leading historian of the ancient astronaut theory. He is known as a real-life Indiana Jones. Here are some clips from his documentary show on the History Channel, Ancient Aliens, that explains bits and pieces of different origins. The next clip is about the god birds of South America.
As modern scientists believe, Garuda was not likely the result of genetic mutation, then what could explain its existence?
The Mahabharata states that Garuda was born from this raging inferno. And what's really intriguing is the fact that in some text passages we can read that the exterior of Garuda did not consist of feathers, but of metal. Now what kind of a bird is that? No bird is made of metal unless it's a type of machine.
Seems legit. I mean, you think you have a god made of gold, the most valued material of the ancient civilizations. But what this modern-day Indiana Jones has to say is that it was a spacecraft. Believable to me. The next clip shows just how they gave us the technology and the minds to wield.
There are two main components why we are who we are today as a species. One, someone tampered with our genetic makeup, and two, technology. Because all of a sudden, we were doing and building things that we would still have difficulties recreating today. And the ancient texts are very clear that many of our achievements in the past happened due to a direct intervention of extraterrestrials that arrived from the skies.
So let's get what he said straight. He said that the first component was that someone tampered with our DNA, and that the only way for that to happen is aliens. The second component is that we were given technology. So I'm not saying it was aliens, but it was aliens. Still seems pretty solid evidence. Before I give the other side of this, however, here are some more quotes of proof from this famous historian.
The only way the ancient astronaut theory can be disproven is when the extraterrestrials show up. We were building pyramids, Sumeria was created, all those different high achievements were done. And the ancient astronaut theory suggests that this is a direct result of extraterrestrials tampering with our DNA. So we're half human and half extraterrestrial. We're hybrids. The great thing about the ancient alien theory is the fact that we can compare modern achievements with stories from our ancient past. And so if today we're able to create a two-headed dog with 6 legs, is it possible that a similar creature existed thousands of years ago? And I say yes. There are many ancient legends which suggest that some of the monuments were built with the help of acoustic levitation. What the local legend of Stonehenge talks about is that those big stones were transported by way of levitation. Is such a thing even possible? Yes, it is.
Okay, so yeah, he has a lot more quotes off of his show, which you can just find off of Netflix or go to the library and rent the DVD, or just look on YouTube for more quotes on different things like the ancient dragons and how they were really machines that killed people from their fumes and radiation over the actual fact that they were quote-unquote dragons. So, on the other side of this issue is what we know as fact, and how the ancient structures were created from just hard human labor or quarrying in different areas. And then there's some that are just mysteries, like Stonehenge or the Nazca Lines. Some people will say, oh, just like, say for the Nazca Lines, that they would land there because we gave them areas of land, kind of, gave big spaces. Well, from logic, if they had space-traveling craft, why would they stop on those lines? Why would they want to give us a push, with the technology or our DNA? I don't know. But most of the facts that actually happened, we can find in textbooks or just common knowledge that we've learned since we were young. So, pretty much that sums up the ancient astronaut theory. My citations will be in the description.